Tell me about your partner.
Okay, so my partner, Joni, we've been partners so we got hired at the same time in 2004. And we became partners probably, I think, a year in. And then we didn't have enough seniority to stay together. So there was a service-wide rebid. We didn't have enough seniority to stay together. So we did get split up for a year. And then after that, I guess that would have been 2006. We became partners, and we've been
Partners ever since?
ever since. Yep.
What's she like?
The best. She's like the kindest, most, I feel like everybody says this, but like I mean it. Like, she's the kindest, most giving, thoughtful, understanding, supportive person like you'll ever meet. I feel like everybody says that, but like it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
What, when you first heard about her feeling ill, but not necessarily COVID, did you think, or did you go down that path that,
No.
it's COVID?
No, not at all. She was pretty like nonchalant about it. Like, she was like, oh, I haven't been feeling great, kind of thing. And that was kind of it. I do remember, so again, we've been partners for 16 years, right? So we talk on our days off, and not all the time, but a lot of times she's very involved in my life. I'm very involved in hers. So I'd been like checking on her, and I had texted her the Sunday, so April 25th, and she didn't answer me. So I thought that was kind of odd, because she normally, it might not be right away, but she'll answer me within a few hours. And so she didn't answer me the Sunday, and then Monday I got a text from her saying that she was in the ICU and she had COVID. And so her and I were texting back and forth, and yeah, she was pretty nonchalant about it. Oh, I have COVID, and my middle son was actually sick at the time, and she seemed more concerned about him, because that's the kind of person she is. She's like, oh my gosh, how's your son? How's he doing? I'm like, no, Joni, like, how are you doing? How are you doing? Like, are you okay? And she was like, yeah, I'm okay. And anyways, yeah, so that's kind of how I found out, that morning when she texted me. And then her husband, again, because I'm close with her family, called me that afternoon and said she was intubated and put on a ventilator.
Is that the last you've heard? Is that right? So the last really you heard was she was asking about your son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
That's what I mean, yeah.
So obviously you're keeping in touch with the family, obviously.
Yeah.
Tell me about why you did it. Like, I don't know for her, but I mean,
yeah.
how do you want it? How is this going to help, I guess, if I can say that?
I just don't want, well, her husband obviously has to stay home, right? So he's off work right now, and I really don't want them to have to worry about anything financially. I want them to be able to go to Toronto and visit and not have to worry about gas money. I just want them to not have to focus on that. And when she comes home, it's going to be a long recovery. It's going to be a long recovery, and I want them to be able to focus on her and help her and order meals if they need to, and not worry about cooking, and just focus on her and helping her. And just anything that can help, really.
What would she think of you doing this?
Okay, that's a tough question, because she's actually quite shy in private. I think she's going to be a little embarrassed. I think she is going to be, but honestly, again, like I said, she's like the kindest, most loving human. I think she would just appreciate it, and she'd be like, thank you so much. And honestly, she's the type of person that would want to thank every single person that has donated personally. Like, she would want to be in there being like, I need their contact info, I need to thank them. Yeah, so I don't know. I think she'll be grateful, of course, as is the family.
You see trauma every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's different when it's personal.
Yeah. I actually was saying this to Catherine earlier. We see patients on ventilators. We see that all the time. I mean, Joni and I did one not long before she got sick. We had to take a patient to Orange, and patient was on a ventilator and everything like that.
COVID?
COVID, yeah. And I did get to see her briefly, just going from the hospital to an ambulance, just from a distance. I did see her, and I don't know, I thought I was prepared for that, because I see it all the time. So I was like, okay, you know, Megan, like, this, it's gonna be fine, you know what it looks like, you know. And no, like, it was like, it was super hard, to say the least. It was just,
It is.
yeah, like, I
Not
couldn't
it
even
was,
put
it is.
Yeah, it just was, it was so shocking to me, because I'm like, again, I see people at their worst. It's just, it's part of my job. But seeing her like that was, like, really tough.
Yeah.
Sorry.
General question.
'Kay.
While I have you.
Okay.
Emergency services general. This must be hard for them. It must be, I would think, one of your worst fears, given you're an emergency service worker. So you do the best you can, but you keep going forward.
Absolutely. And it's brought a whole new level of stress to our job, really. Again, I've been doing it a long time, 18 years, right? And Joni as well. And I mean, we run up here anyway, right? And then just with COVID, and, you know, you're worried for your peers, yourself, patients, everybody. Like, it's just, it's a whole new level, really. But,
To me, I find, and again, if you can correct
Okay.
this, and then,
Yeah.
then if it's right, if it's wrong. To me, when I'm out in the 401, when there's snow, you can see the danger.
yes.
This, you know, if you're going to a barricaded person, you know the danger.
Yeah.
With COVID, you can't see, touch, feel. It's blind.
No. Yeah. Yeah. So how scary is that, right? It's something that you can't see. I mean, yeah, we're fortunate enough to have I don't want to say an unlimited supply of PPE, right? But, you know, we received the Peppers just in December there, which we're so grateful for. But yeah, like I said, it just brings a whole new level to our job and stress. And I mean, you can see it out there talking to the medics. It's real. It's weighing a lot of us down, for sure. And then, again, to have one of our own.
All the worst. Well, it hits
Yeah.
at home.
Hits at home. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And again, I know you spoke to Catherine about it, but the people that are, you know, just don't think it's a big deal, it's hard to even have conversations with them, right? When you have someone so close to you that is so sick, and if they only knew.
Is it mad, or is it disappointing, or is it, what emotions do you go through when you see people like that? If I can ask that, then, like, what emotions? Because as I say, like, it's, you know, as media, we have to cover all sides of the story.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's one of these things where, you know, the internet, you can find any answer you want.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel so many things. I feel like I get angry. I get angry initially. There's sometimes, it depends on my mood. Sometimes I don't even feel like going there
Yeah.
and explaining to them, you know, how it's affected me. I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that. But yeah, it's just, it's hard when it hits so close to home. I think it's opened up a lot of people's eyes, for sure. It's unbelievable, really. I mean, I still wake up and I'm like, is this even happening? Is this real? Like, I just sometimes feel like she's on vacation, you know?
Megan,
Yes.
given that this is your, I don't know, somewhat your field, medical, it's
Yeah.
not somewhat, it's your
Yeah.
field. Tell me about what Joni's going through. Like, what is happening to her body, I guess, if you can explain it in layman's terms, so
In
people
layman's
would
terms. Okay.
understand.
Okay, so basically when your body is fighting something as serious as COVID, what ends up happening is your body is then wide open for other bacteria to invade your body. So not only are you trying to fight the COVID off, but now you have bacteria that has gotten in from IV lines, from wherever, right? So you have a lot of secondary infections and everything like that. So currently,
And when you
she's-
say IV lines, I just wanted, because it's not that anything bad. It's just, it's not a dirty IV line.
no,
it's just,
no. It's just your body, your immune system is so weak,
Yeah.
right? It's tired. It gets tired. It gets tired of fighting the infections, and then so it's just like I said, an invitation for more infections and more bacteria. What was the other thing I was gonna say?
So what happens to the body? Like it's open to other things,
Yeah.
and that's what she's
Yeah.
fighting. She's fighting a number of issues.
Yeah. So, like we just said, she is septic currently. So that's basically your immune system. And I did write it on the GoFundMe page. And then there's such an overwhelming immune response. And what happens is your own immune system starts attacking your organs and everything like that. So.